Now, your Alaska Link weather for Juneau and Southeast.
We are continuing to roll here into February with a fair weather forecast as we've generally been seeing some quieter conditions. Wind is, though, still one of our concerns. Now, tonight we do see that conditions have been dealing with cloud cover. We're looking at a low 22 degrees, but we are watching that wind chills are falling into the single digits of teens, as what we see is that there are some still stronger outflow winds being detected. We even note that Sitka and Yakutat are getting up to that 20-mile-per-hour peak gusts, and then we have the strongest of the winds here for our far northern panhandle, where that type of wind creates that chill and creates some concerns even for some blowing snow, where there is a snowpack in place for some of those highest elevations. So wind, again, we'll continue to talk about here in a moment, is going to still be a factor, but overall what we're seeing is that temperatures are staying near freezing. We have some areas of sunshine, and that's going to carry us here for nearly the next week. There is a small mention of maybe a few flakes that we'll be seeing Friday and Saturday. Not talking big time accumulation, more just we'll work with maybe a passing cloud that will try to squeeze out a few of those flakes, and then we're back to some of that sunshine. And overall, we're even noting that for the next week or more, we're even looking out almost 14 days. There's no big swings for the foreseeable future. But here, as we head our way into our Thursday, we'll detail high tide is occurring at 6:51 in the morning and then 8:36 into the evening hours. We step our way into our Thursday, noting it's going to be a very similar day to what we've been dealing with. Cooler sunshine around, as we do note that temperatures hover just around or below that freezing mark. We do note there is that cooler chill possible, especially where there will be times of those stronger winds. We note that that gusty northeasterly outflow wind does stay the strongest into the morning hours, and we'll still even talk about some of that strong northeasterly flow into our Friday forecast. There's been some potential of diminishing those winds, so we aren't noting that it is going to be a widespread high threat, but there will be some times of that wind developing, so always good to stay wary of that concern. And then as we head into the weekend, there are much lighter winds still, though, with that slight northeasterly flow, which is going to keep those temperatures cooler than normal. 8 hours and 44 minutes of daylight here for our Thursday. 7:49 is our sunrise and 4:33 is our sunset. We know widespread panhandle temperatures are hovering around that freezing mark. An average high for Juneau is 36, so hitting at 30 degrees does keep us slightly below normal. We'll note that Friday is that first chance to maybe squeeze out a little bit of some precipitation. Again, squeeze is the emphasis there. There's not going to be much moisture intact. A lot of the active weather is holding well to our west, so there's just this weak wave that might try to squeeze out a flake there possible. We'll note again, Friday also does stay a little breezy, but then overall, again, not too much change up here in that 7-day. It is a rinse and repeat, seeing that sunshine around and those temperatures hovering just around freezing.